Well, I am actually on a patio outside. It's so nice out. So I'm sitting out here on the patio, getting ready to do my live out here because it's so nice and breezy. I said, let me go out here. I hope you guys can hear me well. Okay, we're gonna run through this live. It's not gonna be very long. This is a quick Sunday pop in. So I hope you guys are all doing well. Let's get into it right quick. All right, everything said in the video is alleged and in my opinion and is used for fair use and entertainment. All right, let's get into some news that I know you guys can use. Hey, Rose Armstead. Hey, Felicia. Hey, everybody. Let's get into it. I'm not going to hold you guys long. Carletta Passmo, she said, hey, Rell. Hey. I'm still on vacation, y'all. I'm still on vacation. I'm out here on this back patio. It's real nice and breezy. It feels so good. So I said, let me sit out here and do my video. So that's what we're doing. All right, let's get into it. I see you, Grandma 504, Miss Mary, True TV Podcast. I see you, Shirley Terry. I see you. I see you, Sophia Jordan. I see you. Let's get into the show. All right, so 50 Cent's baby mama, Gina Hine, who is known as victim number 3 in the Diddy case, you guys, she has sent a letter to the judge who is set to sentence Diddy on October the 3rd, supporting Diddy's bail. All right, so she wrote this long letter to the judge asking the judge to give Diddy bail. All right, y'all know Diddy has filed for bail now like 4 times and it's been denied each time, and he is set to be sentenced on October the 3rd. So we're going to see what his fate is. But in the meantime and in between time, he's still out here manipulating his FO recipients, which we all know Gina is one of them, okay? Now, she goes on to say that he has not been violent for many years, okay? How does she know that? Anywho, mind you, like I said, this is the same woman who did an interview with Tasha K a little bit back and said that Diddy was very physically abusive towards her, so much so that she was pregnant with his child and he stomped on her stomach and beat her, causing her to miscarriage her child, okay? The beating that she described sound very similar to what we saw in the video that Cassie went through with Diddy as well, okay? Now, Diddy is said to be still paying her bills, which is probably why she felt obligated to come forward and write this long letter on his behalf. I think she's scared of him, and I think he probably, or one of his goons, reached out to her, and she wrote this long letter on his behalf. And it appears as though Diddy may have, like I said, manipulated her to write a whole letter to try to get him bail, which I don't think his ass should be getting it, but so that he can get out and wreak havoc on people and the victims who cooperated in this case, okay? Now, Gina says that she knows Diddy as a father figure, a family man, and a businessman, okay? She said that he is not a criminal. Mind you, she was made to do FOs as well, and she experienced physical abuse with Diddy, but she's saying that she only knows him as a father figure, a family man, and a businessman, not a criminal. She also says that when he messed up in their relationship, that he always owned up to it. But like I said, with him putting hands on her and beating her like he did Cassie in that video, I don't give a damn how much he owns up to it. He is definitely a danger to society and those who cooperated in this case. So we're going to see what happens. I don't think that her letter is going to sway the judge in any way, shape, or form, because I think they know that the victims are going through this thing that we call Stockholm Syndrome that allowed them to do things for their abuser in relation to trying to help them get out of sticky situations such as Diddy, okay? Diddy don't want to be locked up, so he's using anything he can, including his victims, in order to speak up on his behalf so that he can get back out and do what he's always done, which is be an abusive individual. Let's continue. Next topic is Soulja Boy. Rapper Soulja Boy has been arrested, you guys, after a car that he was riding in was pulled over in LA with a pow pow in it, okay? Now they're saying that Soulja Boy is supposed to be a felon, and we all know that felons are not supposed to have any type of pow-pows or weapons in their possessions. But it said that the car that Soulja Boy was riding in when it was pulled over and searched did have a pow-pow in that car. It was a firearm in that car. So he was taken into custody on suspicious of being a felon with a firearm, okay? He is said to have been, like I said, the passenger in the car. But y'all know Soulja Boy is always bragging about he got the Draco and he got all this other stuff as related to pow-pows. So with his ass getting pulled over and them actually finding one in the car that he was in, and the weapon was said to be located near his person, meaning his body. So y'all know that they, you know, it's just like if they pull you over with drugs in the car, if they find it near you, they probably gonna charge you with it, okay? But so we'll see what pans out with this, because rapper Soulja Boy, honey, he stays in some mess and he stays making threats towards people, and he's always talking about a pow-pow. Let's not forget about what's the girl's name? Nia. Y'all know Nia, who is Teddy Riley's daughter. Nia Riley used to date Soulja Boy, and she talked about when she tried to leave him, how he put a pow-pow to her head to stop her from leaving. She was getting ready to walk down the stairs to leave him. She had packed a bag, and he walked up behind her and put a pow-pow behind her head to prevent her from leaving and to intimidate her. So he is a very dangerous individual. He just lost a lawsuit recently for AB using one of his ex-girlfriends, where she filed a lawsuit against him as well and won, to where he had to pay out a lot of money for said abuse. So this guy is very, very dangerous, and he should not have any weapons in his possession, okay? Let's get to the next topic. Next topic is Love and Marriage Huntsville's Ken. Y'all know who Ken is, honey. Muscle-bound Ken is being attacked online, where fans of Love and Marriage Huntsville are now calling him a bully on the show. They are calling Ken a bully for how he does and how he handles Marquez, okay? They're saying that, of course, y'all know that the ratings are struggling as we have been trying to keep up with them. The ratings for Love and Marriage Huntsville is definitely struggling because they are regurgitating their storylines from social media. Things that we've seen and or talked about, that bloggers have talked about on social media. So they are basing their storylines from that. Martell's storyline is what he and Tisha was arguing about, of Tisha calling him gay, and then Martell retaliating by saying that Tisha was sleeping with some guys in a Buick and all of this. So we all know about all of this from social media. Every single content creator have talked about it, but they are regurgitating this on Love and Marriage Huntsville, which is a turnoff to a lot of fans, because they're like, we already know this, we've already seen this, what else do you guys have to offer? Like, we're trying to support the show, but you guys are not giving us anything that is substantial that would make us want to be fans of this show. All right, but back to Ken, honey. Ken says that he says, I'm not a bully, that I just let shit linger for longer than I should. He says, at the end of the day, we both are grown men, so don't jump in the cage with a lion if you are a puppy. So he is calling Marquez a puppy, because every time you guys see Ken, he's always jumping up in Marquez's face like he want to fight him. But I feel like a lot of this has to do with Trish, and people were attacking Trish as well, saying that she is the problem in this situation because she does not check Ken as relation to her children. Ken was heard in a most recent episode saying and telling Marquez that that this is my family now, as related to Trish's kids that she has with Marquez. Y'all know Trish has a daughter and a son with Marquez, but Ken was her telling Marquez that this is my family now, which of course made Marquez upset and made him become very emotional, not crying, but to where they almost got into a physical altercation. But online, the people are coming for Ken and saying, hey, that's not your family, those are not your kids, and you're coming off this season as being a bully and flexing your muscles. And Trish is sitting back like the you know, like the airheaded biatch that she is, and she is enjoying both of these men fighting over her. And that's what the people are saying in the comments. I was looking at the comments, they were saying, oh, Trish is enjoying Ken and Marquez fighting over her, which is why she don't check Ken, because she enjoys sitting back watching Ken go after Marquez, because she still is upset with Marquez. But I find it very strange that they're still not divorced yet. If you are ready to move on with Ken and you're ready to marry him and make him your husband, and you guys have this so-called family that you guys keep talking about on TV with Marquez's kids, then I find it weird that you guys are not divorced as of yet. Now, the divorce was filed, but it has not been finalized to my knowledge. All right, but the show is not doing very well. Like I said, and I reported to you guys before that the ratings for Love and Marriage Huntsville is 200K below the ratings that were last season. Okay, so a lot of people are not watching this show. A lot of people are not supporting the show. But a lot of people have blacked out, and that's your choice, and that's, you know, what you, if that's what you choose to do, that's fine. But also Kimmy from Love and Marriage Huntsville, she's catching a lot of heat for how she has thrown her son Jalen under the bus for a private conversation that he had with his mom about Maurice, and Kimmy went back and told Maurice verbatim what Jalen had to say and how he felt, which then put Jalen into a very sticky situation, a very uncomfortable situation, to where he felt that he needed to explain some things to Maurice, where Maurice was saying, well, I thought that I was a father figure to you, and Jalen was saying, no, I pretty much looked up to Marceau as being a father figure to me, and you were more so of a dictatorship. So the conversation that he had with Kimmy was a private conversation between mother and son, and Kimmy went back and told Maurice, which then put him in a very defensive attitude towards Jalen, to where he was questioning him on why he didn't see him as a father figure. So a lot of people are not feeling this season, and they're not feeling Maurice, and they're not feeling how Kimmy has thrown her son under the bus when she's supposed to be his protector. It's bad enough that she sat back and allowed Maurice to push him out of the house so that he could move his son Monster in the house, and allow Kimmy to be the babysitter for his son while he stayed out all times of night. And Kimmy had to be to work the next day as a nurse, okay? And we also, let's not forget about Monster also saying that Maurice was never really there. He really didn't talk to him. He didn't interact with him. So you want to be a father figure to Kimmy's son, but your own son, Monster, who you took from his mother, Kiowa, to move into your home to avoid paying child support, is saying that he did not have any interaction with you because you were too busy doing you. So Maurice is starting to look like an asshole this season that that we've already known him to be, okay, Mr. DUI Reese. But back to Ken, a lot of people are saying that they feel that he is being a bully, and he did speak up on that as well. All right, but Ken was heard, like I said, telling Marquez that Marquez's kids is pretty much his family now. All right, so y'all can put in the chat what y'all think about that. Y'all know Ken can't have no kids, okay? His soldiers are not marching. So he jumps from household to household with different women in order to claim their kids as his own, which then makes him feel like he's the man. And he stays in the gym, working out, honey, pumping iron, so that he can look intimidating towards men who, I guess, want to step up and say, hey, no, these are my kids, kind of like what Marquez is doing. And he likes to flex with these women like he's, you know, this this guy that's just, you know, out here just taking people's kids. That's what it looks like, okay? And it's okay for him to step up. If you're dating a woman with kids, it's just a natural thing to step up and be a father figure to the kids. But you also don't overstep boundaries when it comes to their biological father, who is a very present person in their lives. You can't overstep those boundaries. And that has to come from Trish, where she needs to step up and stand up and say to him, okay, this is their father. This is their father. And if he comes over and he says something, you can't override that, regardless to the fact that you live in the same house with his kids. And I feel like Trish needs to get some balls. I think she got some balls, all right? She looks like a man. So I feel like she got some balls down there. I think she needs to let her balls hang and let Ken know that he ain't really running shit like that when it comes to another man's child, okay? That's what I got to say about it. So let's move on to the last topic. Tory Lanez. Tory Lanez is ordered to pay Megan Thee Stallion, you guys, her legal costs after a deposition where they were via Zoom, okay? Now, Tory Lanez repeatedly was said to interrupted Megan Thee Stallion's lawyers, okay, during the April the 9th court date, or deposition rather, and even was heard mocking another attorney's hair by trolling her in court. So he was acting out in court, being very immature. He was being very disruptive, and that disruptive behavior, they're saying, led to Megan Thee Stallion's legal team to file a motion for contempt, citing that the deposition was premature and less than 1 hour, okay? Now they're saying that Tory Lanez was given a deadline to respond to the contempt deposition, okay, and he never responded. So the judge ruled in Megan Thee Stallion's favor, which now Megan Thee Stallion and her legal team are asking that Tory Lanez pay her legal fees as well. Now, as you also know, Malagra Graham, which is a blogger, she also had a case where Megan Thee Stallion was suing her because she was harassing Megan Thee Stallion for Tory Lanez, okay? She was harassing Megan Thee Stallion for Tory Lanez. And we know a lot of this stuff is going on YouTube right now. This is very prevalent. We've seen it where other, subscribers are starting to bully and harass other people on social media for bloggers or for content creators that they see it for. And I think that that's something that really needs to be looked into, because in this case here with Malagra Graham, who is also a blogger, she actually lost her case with Megan Thee Stallion for trolling and harassing and putting out defamatory comments and or messages and posts about Megan Thee Stallion. So Megan Thee Stallion sued her ass, okay? And Malagra Graham lost that case with Megan Thee Stallion, and she was ordered to pay $5,000 in attorney fees after being accused, like I said, of spreading false information online. And it was said that Megan Thee Stallion has made a post also saying that she is getting ready to start holding bloggers accountable for constant harassment, cyberbullying, and any publication of lies as related to her being, or her name, okay? So that goes for anyone out there that's putting out any type of defamatory information. If you're bullying or harassing or putting out lies about people, you might want to think about that, because there's a very hefty fine that goes along with that if you are found guilty of doing so. So Malagra Graham has been found guilty of doing said things in the name of Tory Lanez, and she has to pay a price for that. Now, she also was telling the courts that she did not have that type of money. So now it looks like she's been out here windmilling for Tory Lanez, who we know got millions of dollars, but he's sitting back and letting Malagra Graham take the fall for this, and she's been begging the mercy of the courts about this money that she says she doesn't have. But you are out here putting out defamatory lies on Megan, and also cyberbullying and harassing her. So you're gonna have to come up off that money and pay those legal fees as you were ordered to do. All right, somebody cranking up their motorcycle over here. But that's the end of our video, you guys. That is it, and that is all. I just wanted to tap in and give you guys those topics. My apologies for not being able to tap in earlier. I was out all day today, you guys. As you may know, I am still on vacation, okay? So thank you guys all for joining the live. Let's end it now, because this person is on their motorcycle and they're getting on my damn nerves, all right? But thank you so much to my mods. Thank you, Scorpion Miss. Thank you, Rose Armstead, True TV Podcast. Thank you, KBR. Thank you, Tyra. Thank you, Sweet Essence. Thank you, Rose Armstead, and everybody. All right. Thank y'all all for coming over and modding. Thank you to all the content creators that dropped by to support the video as well. Of course, all my subbies and my caramelians. Thank y'all for being up this late. 10 o'clock, child. 10 o'clock. Y'all are up on my live. So thank y'all for supporting the live, and please don't forget to tap on that like button on your way out. All right, I will see you guys tomorrow. I will be leaving, going back home tomorrow, so I'll be traveling. So you guys definitely be patient with me. Whenever I get to my destination, I will have to go live and tap in with you guys. Okay, so next week, coming up next week, we will be right back on our normal schedule of my lives. Okay, I know you guys have been like, golly, Rell, where you at? So yeah, next week I will be back on my regular scheduled lives with you guys, okay, for Car Chronicles, my midday pop-ins, and all of my other videos that I do in between, okay? So thank you guys for being so patient with me while I've been on vacation. I know my schedule's been kind of crazy. I've been in different time zones, so you guys have been rocking with me and still supporting, and I appreciate you. Again, thank you to everyone who gave cash apps and super stickers for my birthday, and thank you for all of the birthday wishes that you guys gave as well. I appreciate you all, and until the next video, let's get out of here. Love you guys down. All right, bye.